on land. Got my White Claw. I'm on land. It's quite surreal. In Greenland, to be exact. Ice scrapes, apparently.
Uncontaminated seawater intake's about like right there. Yeah. Kyle made a little protector for it that sticks out. Is that going to be there in shipyard? No.
Something has to regulations.
Yeah.
Where's Chrissy? So that's the but yeah,
ago. 7 lifetimes ago.
Yes. All right, Jonas and Lindsay, how do you feel to be on land in Greenland?
Greenland.
Fantastic.
It's greener than I thought it would be, actually.
Thought it'd be more ice.
Yeah, I thought there would be less shrubbery. But it's nice. I think it was very anticipated being on land, and also surreal to be back on land.
Yes.
It's like time on the boat stops, so it's like I never left land now that I'm back.
Feels like we never left, yeah.
Do you have any funny bar stories, or is it too crazy to talk about on camera?
Oh God, I'm not that crazy.
I will say that it was fun to do the bar hopping through Greenland of the like 4 bars that exist.
Yes.
And surprisingly, I think the sticky bar was not the one that was the stickiest.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And what about this hike? Do you think you'll be able to make it for 2 hours?
God, I hope so. I haven't walked in like a month.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be like able to just go somewhere, not be on a boat.
Yeah.
And like walk.
Go and walk and enjoy the open space.
Yeah.
While walking. We had plenty of open space at sea. But,
and these mountains are breathtaking.
Absolutely.
They're so pretty. And it'll be fun for us geologists to explore the landscape.
Yeah, I see you guys speaking over about the rocks.
You're going to be like, come on, guys. I
can show you the plants. Like,
Look at all the plants.
What is this like?
That's funny.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Great sailing with you, Annika.
This is Tobias's wallet.
I didn't know there was such a difference.
Oh my.
But now I'm thinking about it.
Keeps everything safe, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Before then I had the cards loose in my pocket. Then I kept losing cards.
Yikes.
That's hilarious.
Losing cards at Daddy's.
That's your emergency hat. That's me. I mean, you know. Yeah, you're like, what's cold? I don't know. Yeah. Lindsay, look.
Real rock.
Is when it's like a stretched S and it pinches off like a sausage. These are like
wait, the S is just like that's a shear stress, like right. Where's my S? The boudinage is just a blend.
Wow. You just ate the rock.
Yeah, it was a little crunchy.
As it should be.
That's geologist doing geology stuff and that's biologist doing biology stuff.
Yeah, he pointed at something and said it was edible. I'm like,
Go
it's a
for it.
little crunchy. No.
This is an edible rock.
I already chipped a tooth this summer. That's alright.
Oh.
Although this would make for a nice fake tooth, you know.
Going on a hike and it's amazing. Really enjoying myself. Good exercise after being contained on a ship for 5 weeks. And it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I'm vlogging and I'm trying to get my way. Where do I go?
Oh, follow the footsteps.
I don't see any. So much mud. So I am the last in the group. I knew I was gonna be the last because I'm a little bit out of shape, but this is good for me. I'm huffing and puffing, getting a workout in a beautiful setting. It's great. I feel powerful.
The vein.
The wiggly vein.
The wiggly vein.
Said that with the excitement of something that's gonna run away. Girls.
Quick, look at the rabbit. It's gonna flee.
The rock. It's gonna run around.
No time to spare. Snatch it.
Hot rabbit.
Oh.
No, he was just teasing because I was like so excited to see this vein that had been folded, and I was saying it with the urgency that it was about to disappear. Not that bad.
It's not.
Doing it.
It's not the coldest water I've
It's
ever
maybe
felt.
a little bit icy. Don't hurt your feet. Be careful.
Or your skulls.
Or your skull. Yeah, no more head injuries.
More?
Yeah, Nick has a story. Nick has a stapling story.
It's not warm.
It's not warm. You can do it. Alright. You ready?
Oh my god.
Too cold.
Oh man.
Well done, team.
Oh man.
Pinches.
Okay,
And
but
this
it does
has-
pinch like a sausage.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually have to pinch. This is like from sheer stress that is showing like
so this
direction.
is an echelon thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I'll get it
that's
straight
so
in my
cool.
Head. That is so cool. Right, foot for scale. Foot for scale. Did you want one without my foot? Sorry. Maybe you just wanted the pretty one, and I was like, that's only for science.
It's good. That's good for scale. When I explain it to my science followers,
My son.
actually my lay followers who like science.
Right. Oh my god. Well, then there's snow up there too. Yeah.
Oh my. It's amazing.
Do you see the little micro ones in the darker section that's like...
Yep.
It's so folded.
Oh my god, there are these mountains in the Sierras that were just like that, but it was like, it was crazy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything's fractal. Patterns within patterns within patterns.
Cannot escape them.
So,
No problem.
so that while they were in Bering Strait, you know, on the port one, some kayakers came across and they're like barely dressed. And now the dress doesn't bother them, so that's quite
It's got some weird bug pee, right, Paul?
Bug pee.
Yeah, he was seeing a cool bug over there.
Some Arctic stuff.
They warmed it up. Just for you, George.
Run, run, don't trail behind. Keep moving, the beast won't stop till we're dead. All the scrapes on our knees will tell you where we've been, where we have bled. All we play
Made it to civilization. At a Thai restaurant.
This is like the perfect moment though, like getting down the table there.
Yes. I got red beef curry. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. This is my view. Ah, gorgeous. Wow. And I got another view over here. Yes. So apparently the Northern Lights is happening, but we don't see it yet.
I think it is. Where's the cloud? Or is it that? Oh my god, where is it go? Wait, no, I think that's the sun setting. I don't know. I think that's it. I think those are it. Okay, you have to go somewhere darker. Oh my god. Let's just go. That's a cloud. No, I think it's oh my god. Oh my god. It looks like a little snake.
More Northern Lights. Woo! Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can get a crappy. Yeah, remember the forecast was going to be like insane. It was going to be like you can see it. If it, people, people always are like the Northern Lights, and then somehow they're like, you'll see it in Louisiana. They just like
Louisiana's gonna
Louisiana's
see it.
gonna
Sailing in the
see
North
it.
Atlantic.
It's level 12. Yeah, exactly. And then like they always downgrade it. Not always, but this time they did. They totally downgraded it. They made like, ooh, that's coming in.
Oh, whoa.
Does anybody have any idea how early we should get to the airport?
Brendan has it to get us there at 9.
9, yeah.
Okay,
The
cool.
shuttle.
We're leaving at 9.
We're leaving Greenland.
Visiting them from the heavens, and I'm pretty sure I've seen like stories of that. Of like they see it as like a window into like the heaven equivalent.
Huh. That's cool.
I mean, I can see why.
Yeah.
It's like act of God level. I mean, it's beautiful, but also the science of finding it. It's unrelatable.
Yeah, Annika, you said you've never seen it before, right?
The Northern Lights?
Yeah.
No, I have not. This is very impressive.
Did you ever think that you would? Was it on your bucket list?
Yeah, it was definitely on my bucket list, but I didn't think it would ever happen.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you're like, yeah, that would be cool, but like, why would that happen to me?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You're so right about the stars being different here too.
Mm-hmm. Like you lay down and you're like, oh, I don't see that one normally.
I don't recognize you.
Yeah, who is that?
Are we inside the North Star? With the magnetic field. I remember something about that.
There's only, I don't know how many other planets have magnetic fields right now.
Right.
Because
their core has to be spinning.
They have to have an active core.
So Venus.
Venus might, I know that
I'm thinking
Ganymede has one.
I'm thinking of like extra solar system ones.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But that's a good point. Yeah.
That is really cool.
Just think about the carbon-14 in our atmosphere. What is she doing?
Rain down, precipitate into forums.
And then let me date you.
Jonas is running towards us.
Were you down at the park with everyone? Were you at the park with everyone? Yeah. Oh, how long have you been down there?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I'm filming.
This is crazy. Oh my god.
I'm all giddy.
This is insane.
I know.
It was. The pictures that other people are sending are so much brighter. If you just stare though, like gets clearer and
That's what I was
clearer.
gonna say. I was like looking at my pictures. I was like, oh, my pictures are actually like, it comes out so much greener than what I'm seeing. So
I also did an interview with Nick. He interviewed me, which might be included in the feature film to kind of show the process of filmmakers making a film on a ship. And yeah, I think that like the footage of that interview is on my camera. So I think I'll put some of the best bits in the end here, so you can kind of hear maybe more well-developed thoughts on like certain topics. Hello, so this is the final update on the vlog. I arrived in New York City. It's 1:56 a.m. When I arrived in Iceland, we had to take a bus to get to the right terminal. And then I went through baggage claim and I was a little bit confused of where I was going. I saw Alice in front of me, who was my roommate on the ship, and it seemed like she knew where she was going, but I asked someone else and she was like, oh, you have to go through security again. And so I went through security and then passport control. And then they didn't see that I had a stamp that I arrived in Greenland, and I guess like no one told me to get a stamp in Nuuk saying that I arrived in Greenland on a ship. So they were just so confused of how I was able to get into Greenland the first place. So I later then explained that I was like on a ship, and like I started freaking out, like, am I gonna get detained in Iceland or something? Then she was like, okay, how did you get from Greenland, or like from where did you go from Greenland, or where, like, so you arrived in Greenland, but where were you before that? And I said Woods Hole. And then she was like, okay. And then she kind of looked annoyed, but she was like, basically in her head, like, I'm gonna let this girl go anyway, like, even though this is a little bit weird. So yeah, I was very thankful that she let me go and I was not detained in Iceland. But yeah, overall, super grateful for this opportunity. I met the most amazing people on the ship. They truly helped me feel comfortable living at sea for 5 weeks. And I learned a lot working with George. He's a super talented filmmaker. So it's great to get like the ins and outs of the documentary world. And I can't wait to see where the short film and the feature film like take off from here. And yeah, what a ride it's been.
All right, just introduce yourself, and you can talk to me.
Okay.
To me, yeah.
My name is Yannicka Wade DeYoung. I'm a filmmaker from New York City. I also teach film, multicultural background, and I was offered the position to be an assistant director for the Baddox documentary feature film and short film, and I was very excited.
I'm gonna hit you with a hard one here. Why did the story of this cruise need to be told? And yeah, what is the story in your eyes here?
Well, I think the work of science is very important, and climate change, like, we need to take care of our Earth. So like kind of like following the story of these scientists, like doing research on the deglaciation of the West Greenland ice sheet, I think is really important work. And I think kind of what George's vision that I start to see is that it's like a community of people on this ship, and like the people who are on watch or making the food and doing all sorts of things to keep the ship running are also important to the science, because they're doing like the little things to like make sure that the scientists are safe and all that. When I came into this project, I thought this film was just going to be about the science. So it's kind of nice to see like the evolution and seeing like the other pieces of like what makes a research vessel like do important work. I really like that like Ken and Harry were talking about like making people happy by cooking, like that's their zen. I think like the interactions I had with them were really positive, and like I'm very grateful to them like for because the food was amazing, and yeah, very thankful to have eaten so well on the cruise. So.
All right, 3 highlights of your experience.
The first one was like the polywog ceremony, which I probably can't talk about. The getting the certificate for passing the Arctic Circle, that was pretty crazy. Another one was just like hearing the ship kind of like rattle and like the crunching of the ice, and then realizing that there was like just seeing like all the sea ice for the first time and the icebergs and all that. My dream was to work for National Geographic, and even though like the short or the feature film is more like kind of I guess like personal stories embedded in there, not so much like hardcore science, but the short film is, so I feel like I'm kind of, I don't know if it's still my dream to work at National Geographic, but it's kind of like I'm living that dream in a different way, in my own way.
Yeah, I would actually prefer this over National Geographic, because
Yeah.
you're pretty much like on your own to develop whatever story you want. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So, like, what was it like living with a bunch of strangers in a strange environment, and you couldn't leave for an entire month?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was like nervous coming into it, like a little bit overwhelmed. I guess it was mostly the fact that I was scared that I was not going to live up to the hype that maybe George saw me as. But I wasn't as much worried about like living on a ship, but it's like, I don't know, I guess I just got used to it. Like the people were super friendly and welcoming, and so that really helped. I feel like if that weren't to be the case, then it would be a lot harder, but like sometimes I like, you know, staying indoors, like when I'm at home, like sometimes I don't want to go out, so I didn't really mind like being in a ship, and you could like go out to the deck or the bow, so you could still go outside, but you just can't like walk out to sea, or yeah, then you would drown or something. So one person who I connected with on the ship that I wasn't expecting to was Kyle. He works in the engine room, and I just like randomly sat at his table with a couple of the other crew members, mariners, and I was a little bit nervous that I wasn't going to talk much, but we ended up talking about his trips in Iceland, ATV riding, and just like random stuff. Like he's very personable and made me feel welcomed, and every time we passed by we would like wave at each other. And then I had a nice interaction with Dan, where we were talking about tourism in Hawaii, and the negative effects of that, and he educated me about all that stuff, and he like went to school in Hawaii, I believe, and he was talking about this tattoo artist that in Hawaii where he got tattoos, and how there was like this other random person he knew who like knew the same tattoo artist, so kind of like showing that it's a small world. And that was one of my favorite conversations on the ship.
Very nice.
Mhm.
And yeah, so and then I was gonna ask you like what's unique about, you know, being on the ship that is that allows you to have these sorts of interactions.
Mhm. So I think it's my personality and my international background that helps me connect with like strangers on a ship. In one summer I had 2 internships. One where I was a communications intern at World Wildlife Fund for Nature Kenya, working with people who were much older than me, from a different like culture, and I was able to connect with them. And then I worked with kids in France and Spain, teaching them English through filmmaking, and like made like just the small interactions mean a lot to me, and I really like service as well, and just like connecting with other human beings. It gives me joy and purpose, I guess. And
There's lots of opportunities for that on the ship.
yes, for sure. And yeah, I think like what I told you about going to the United Nations International School, I think helped with that like international background, or just wanting to connect with people from all different walks of life.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say? Talk about? About your experience?
Oh, I remember the third highlight. It was seeing the polar bear through binoculars. How could I forget that one? Yeah.